and welcome to G Woman Voices of Influence, where we shine a light on extraordinary women who are making a meaningful impact in their communities, their professions, and around the world. Through their stories, we celebrate resilience, leadership, purpose, and the courage to inspire others. Today, I'm delighted to welcome Adriana Gavazzoni. Adriana is a Brazilian lawyer with more than 36 years of legal practice, a former university professor, an award-winning author whose work has earned international recognition. She's written both legal and fiction books, including 6 acclaimed novels, each receiving literary awards and honors. Her latest novel was just released in January 2026. Adriana is fluent in English, French, Portuguese, and Spanish. She brings a truly global perspective to everything that she does. And whether she's advocating through the law or she's touching hearts through storytelling, she reminds us that words have the power to educate, heal, and transform lives. So please join me, Frankie Picasso, in welcoming a remarkable woman whose voice continues to inspire others. Welcome, Adriana.
Hello, Frankie. Thanks for having me today.
Great to have you here. We like to ask people the beginning, the origin of your story. So you built an extraordinary career spanning.
I can hear you. Something's cutting the sound. I just can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So you have built an extraordinary career spanning law, academia, and award-winning literature. Looking back, what experience or moments shaped the woman that you are today and first inspired you to and your desire to make a difference?
I think all of the hard moments of my life, the moments I needed to change the way I thought about life, made me want to continue and made me stronger.
What was it about the law that attracted you?
About law, I'm a Capricorn, Frankie, so Capricorns love law, legal systems. And when I was 13, I think 12 or 13, I got a book about law. And when I saw there were so much rules you could apply to someone, I was so excited. I asked my father, what's that? And he said, oh, that's a book for lawyers. And I told him, I'm going to be a lawyer. I want to have rules for people in general.
I like that. I like that. So I'm going to ask you the influencer behind the influence. So is there somebody that was in your life who's very influential, who challenged and encouraged or inspired you along the way, and who has had the greatest influence in your life, and what lesson does still apply or guide you today?
It's always going to be the same answer. My father. My father is a very intellectual man, and he showed me the way to literature. He had a phrase that gathered knowledge. Nobody's going to steal knowledge from you. So he always supported me to study, to develop. When I decided for law, we are talking about 41 years ago, it was not common in Brazil for women to decide to be a lawyer. And he told me, you have the brains, you have the guts, you have the strength, you only need to study and you can be anything you want. So he's always going to be my model, my best influence in the world.
You know what I love about that so much, Adriana? My dad said the same thing to me. And I think we were so fortunate to have fathers who believed in daughters. I love that. So after 36, yeah, me too. So after 36 years as a lawyer, teaching at the university, writing award-winning books, and you've touched so many lives in different ways. Which accomplishment or experience has created the greatest transformation, not just for others, but for you personally?
Well, when I used to live in Paraguay, that is a country that is neighbor to Brazil, I helped to create a home for abused children. That really make a difference in my life. To know there are people that need you, and whenever you give something of yourself to a project to help people, you feel much better about your life. So it's always going to be my best project, to help them to have a home, to help children who were abused in all possible ways you can imagine. We have children there from 2 years old on, and whenever I felt blue and I felt sad, I used to go there and help with the kids. And I felt so grateful for my life. So it was my best project. I
I
really
love
feel about
that.
that.
I think you touched on something because I think when people do help other people, they feel a lot better about themselves in their life. You must have a signature superpower, and I know that you do because you're amazing. So you move effortlessly between the world of law, storytelling, communicating, speaking four languages, and connecting with people across cultures. What do you believe is your superpower, and how has that helped you influence others?
My superpower is never to give up. I don't accept no's from life. If not, life tells me one no, I'm going to try so hard it will turn into a yes. So
I love it.
that's my superpower for sure. I'm stubborn and I don't accept no's. I accept God's will, and I've been connecting to God and His will. But I'm really stubborn to accept no's from life, and I love to fight for what I believe. That's my superpower.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So I'm going to talk to you about amplifying women's voices now. As an accomplished author and professional, you have seen how stories can shape perspectives and inspire change. So, why is it so important that women share their stories and use their voices? And what role do you think literature can play in that journey?
Women should share their voices because there are so many different experiences, so many different cultures and ways of looking and approaching life, that if you don't tell our stories, people can relate, people can see the world in a different way, because there are many perspectives, there are many religions out there, there are many beliefs, and you have to respect them all. So the way to show yourself to the world, and maybe to find one soul that says, oh, I related to that, that helped me a lot to grow up, to heal. It's important, so important to open yourself and tell who you are to the world, through stories, through interviews, through exchanging experience with other women. Always respecting that your way of approaching life is not the only way. There are many, many, many ways to approach life, and there are many perspectives that make the world different and rich. If everything is the same, we can try other flavors. And the world is about trying other flavors, other cultures, and other ways of life. So that's the reason I think we women should really open and share our experiences.
You have traveled the world, Adriana. You speak all these different languages, and I know that you have met women everywhere. Is there one thing that do you find that we have in common everywhere? Are women the same as far as, we're women and we need community and we like to talk to one another and have, collaborate with one another? Do you find that no matter where you go, we're just women?
Uh, the strength, all women are super strong, super strong. We really have inside of us uh, this power to support pain and all kinds of pain, not just physical pain, but emotional pain. We are strong persons. The only difference I saw sometimes is that some women didn't discover their own strength. inside themselves, and they need help to discover that. But it's there. Every woman in the world has an inner strength that nobody can steal from them.
Yeah. Which city do you think was the best city for you to write your books in?
Paris. Paris definitely was my inspiration. I was studying there, I was having experiences and meeting people. Uh, so Paris was the city. But what inspired my first trilogy, that is not a trilogy anymore, it's a series because I added a fourth book,
Wow.
was This Home for Abused Children.
Oh, really? Wow. So if you could give a message to all women, if you could leave women with, one thought, women everywhere around the world, give them a message of courage, of purpose, and believing in themselves, what would you want them to remember?
Um, Stop trying to please others and try to please yourself a little bit and find that inner power I know you all have inside of you. And it comes when you stop trying to please everybody, face the mirror and say, that's who I am. If you're pleased or not with that, that's your problem. I'm here and I'm going to have my place in the world.
I like that. When we sat down just before we went on camera, you told me that there's a new beginning for you. So just it wasn't in when I talked about you, in the beginning. So tell everybody, learning doesn't stop. Life doesn't stop. So what's next for Adriana?
At 57 years, I'm back to the university, not as a professor this time, but as a student. Uh, I'm back to the university. There is a year right now. I'm concluding a taxation course at Penn State in the United States. And I was accepted by University of Florida to study international taxation. So it's another chapter in my life. I'm deepening my knowledge of international law that I love, that I work with to help clients and to meet new people, to be back to the young world, because I think I'm going to be the oldest one inside the classroom. It's going to be a challenge. I don't know if I can speak youngest people language anymore, but I'm going to learn. Certainly, I'm
Oh,
going to learn.
I'm sure they're going to love you. And I'll be your first client. So I just want to say thank you, Adriana. A woman with a voice influences her world. A woman with a platform changes it. This is a G Woman Voices of Influence series. My guest today was Adriana Gavazzoni. I am Frankie Picasso, and we say thank you and goodbye.
Thank
Take
you
care,
to
everybody.
you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, Adriana.